Yeah,
I have
exactly.
way more pressing questions for you than if they're going to include the FCS in this new hypothetical 2014
care
playoff.
about the 2014 playoff because we'll be the 1 seed anyways. I don't care.
I'll start you off with here's a layup, a lob. I'll put it on the tee for you. An easy question. Do you think the success of last year is going to change the mindset of this football team on a scale of 1 to 10? How nervous does that make you? 10 being the most nervous, 0 being not nervous at all.
I'll put it at a 4 only because I'm not really that nervous, but it is different guys, right? It's different players, it's different personalities. What makes me feel so confident about it is the 18 guys that were on the 2024 team that get the deal after 2 full seasons with Cignetti and can be leaders on this team and really implement it. So I would say like a 4. I can move that down to a 3 and hear it out, but I'm nowhere near a 5. Like, you know what I mean? I'm probably like a 3.4, and I rounded up to 4, right? Like, that's where I'm at. I'm very not nervous about it. The only reason I'm nervous is that there are different players, there are new players, new personalities, and you got to rebuild the house, right? Signetti says it himself. Like, you got to rebuild a new house. And maybe this house isn't as good as the other house. Maybe there's termites. I don't know. We just don't. There's things we just don't know.
Yeah, I would say I'm at a 2. I'm with you. The only reason I would even say it'd be that high is because you have heard that nobody's even talking about last year while we're getting the championship rings and we're seeing all that stuff, right? Like it's diamonds are shiny, Brad, and the sand was a really nice touch. They did a kick-ass job with those, but it's like it's hard to not think about last year when you're looking at all of that. And so obviously those pieces of doubt creep in, but to a point that you've made a couple times in the last couple of weeks is Curt Cignetti is pretty much brainwashed this football team, and really anybody who's come into this culture is you have to move on. You really don't have a choice when you're involved in this program. And so I'm really not that concerned about it at all, but the diamonds look nice.
I agree. I'm not really worried about it. I was trying to be like,
no, I don't think
players, so I put it at a 4. I think it's fair.
I think it's more than fair. I think it's more than fair to assume that natural thoughts of success may or may not impact the team.
Good thing we have a watchdog for complacency.
Yeah, that's why the head guy is so important. How concerned are you about the health of the offensive line? I know we've been told Carter Smith's going to be 100% go for the fall. We've been told Bray Lynch is completely fine. How does it bother you at all that we didn't really see what the starting quote unquote offensive line will look like yet, or is it spring ball and it doesn't bother you at all?
It doesn't bother me just because there's so much. Are you talking more so like how the O-line is going to be this upcoming season or how banged up they are? So I feel like those are different answers for me.
How banged up they are. Like, do you think health is going to be a problem?
No, because they have about 3 months. That's a long time till spring ball, and that most of them got the full spring off as well, or at least Carter Smith did. And I think earlier the better. Would love to get their stamina and their strength back. I think that's where fall camp's going to really come into play. But as long as they're back by fall camp, I think we're all good. So I got it at a 5, just because like, what if something happens? What if it lingers? The lingering injuries are concerning, right? But yeah, I'm only really at a 5, and I don't really see it going above that at all. I only see it going lower.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's at a 4 for me, only because the only place we've seen Cignetti be a little bit coy is the length of injuries. Right now, we've been told they're all fine, so I'm taking it at face value. But if you're going to ask me to be nervous about one thing, it's the fact that we didn't see Carter Smith suit up. It's the fact that we know Bray Lynch was a little bit beat up, and we know those guys are going to play through it. But I'd be lying if I didn't say 16 football games wasn't something I was thinking about going into it the offseason. But obviously, like you're saying, you see those guys back out there running around in fall camp. You understand they're young guys that are in its football. Yeah, we'll probably be all right. But no, I'm
also a new strength coach. That's something else to call out. I think one thing that should make you feel good is Drew Evans had a torn Achilles, which is one of the worst injuries in athletics. Probably number 1 worst injury in athletics is a torn Achilles. And he was able to come back and win a championship. And they're undefeated with him on the field. So that's a good sign. So
100%. How concerning is the youth at tight end for you, Brad?
The youth at tight end, put a number on it,
I can lead with this one if you.
I'll go 6 in terms of 10's most concerned. It's a 6, and the reason why it's not higher is because they have so much receiver depth to where I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue. And another great thing is that this is by far it's their highest blue chip ratio on the roster, with 2 out of 6 guys are blue chips of that group. So they're young, but they're also really athletic. And the guys that aren't considered blue chips are like fringe guys, like Gibbs was like could be a fringe blue chip. Thierry could have been a fringe blue chip coming out as well. They have a lot of talent and athleticism and size where they now 5 guys. Shout out. It's not an ad read. 5 guys who are above 230 pounds in that tight end room where they just got a lot of beef and a lot of good athleticism. I think it just makes for a really good competition in the long run. But I guess for this upcoming season, I got it at a 6.
Interesting. It's funny. I'll go the complete opposite way. I'm at like a 3 here. And that's because I think what is sometimes the most overlooked member of this coaching staff is Grant Kane, who's the tight ends coach and the special teams coach. And he's been able to get the most out of that room for 2 straight years in this building, basically, with, like you just alluded to, this is our highest blue chip ratio on the roster right now. So obviously he doesn't have the experience that he's had in that room, but it's the most amount of talent he's had to work with. I've really liked what I've seen from Andrew Barker as a blocker. Obviously, we're really high on Blake Theory. They were calling him Theory on the announcements or the announcers. So I don't know if they had it wrong or we had it wrong. I'm pretty sure we have it right. I don't know. We'll have to look into that. But I think they have. Oh, and obviously we didn't get to see Shot really get after it too much during the spring. But I think because of who's leading that room, it gives me a lot of confidence that room's just going to produce regardless of who they end up running out there.
I agree. I think if they're on the field, they're ready to go. I don't think, like, if they're not ready to go, they'll just go more 4 wide, you know?
Yeah, we'll have a counter. And ultimately, if it ends up being an issue where you're right, like, we will adjust. This offense is not just going to be like, it didn't work. I guess we'll just grind into it for the next 12 weeks.
What's good about the RPO system is that you can run it out of spread. So that's like a really big plus to what the core of the scheme is that it can go no tight ends. So we can go spread, zone, RPO, whatever. We can run all that.
All right.
Especially with the great old line we have too, by the way.
What is your level of concern with Josh Hoover implementing the Sig Shanahan offense?
About a 0. I'll put it at a 1 just to give it a score because I think calling anything a 0 or a 10 I think is naive. So I'll put it at a 1. Cignetti has the greatest track record in active college football for quarterbacks, above Ryan Day. I'll say it right now. With the Phillip Rivers on his little resume, like that pushes him above anything Ohio State's come out with over the years. And what really is promising about their development is that Tino's back from that 2024 team, and we really just need Curtis Rourke level production. It's kind of like perfect fit there. And they love the VR, right? I think the VR is a big piece of this, right? Like getting him in the headset, getting those reps in, becoming decisive. I think that really helped Mendoza, especially such a smart kid. Like he had a perfect season, and that's why they went 16-0 and went all the way. Even if he's not even at that level, I mean, the roster is just going to around him is going to level him up as well, like level the rest of the team up and be able to overcome some of those mistakes where it feels like a lot of things did go our way in 2025. Like let's call the elephant in the room, like the Omar Cooper catch, that whole drive. Many things could have gone wrong, like Ohio State not converting in the red zone. Like there was a lot of things that went right, and credit to our team to get it done, right? Like they did that shit, but like in a vacuum, like they were lucky. Like they were lucky, and that's why they went 16-0. I'm not saying they wouldn't have won the national title, but they got lucky to go 16-0. They did.
It's happened once since Yale did it before the forward pass was invented. I don't think that's
so you need a little luck. If you're going to run the table in college football, you need a little luck on your side. It's just kids playing ball, so you need a little bit of that. Not taking any credit away from the team. They got it done and will forever be
you got to make the plays.
But they did it. Yeah, exactly. You got to do it, right? But they did do it. And, I think back to Hoover, like that VR is just gonna really like get him up to speed real quick, and I'm super excited. I hope that's what he's doing all summer. Like get him in the VR the whole time, like be in the facility, rip the VR every day, get ready, and have a killer fall camp and just tear up the best defense in the country in camp. Can't wait.
I know you just said it's disingenuous to give anything a 0 or a 10. I'm giving this a complete 0. I'm not nervous about this at all. Like to your point and the point that you've been making all show, Curt Cignetti is the best evaluator of the quarterback position in the game right now. You didn't even mention the fact that he literally just had the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Who plays what position? Oh, quarterback. Yeah. I am not worried at all that the guy who's picked 9 straight different guys to run his offense may or may not have found somebody to run the offense. It's like there are a few certainties in life, and one of those certainties is Curt Cignetti is going to pick a good quarterback. So I am negatively concerned about Josh Hoover's ability to pick up this offense. I think it's the most quarterback-friendly offense maybe I've ever seen. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not nervous about this at all. I think he's a really smart kid. I don't think Curt Cignetti would be as confident in the media about Josh Hoover if he wasn't certain. I think there would be a lot more Tyler Cherry talk because you could tell he was really impressed with the camp Tyler Cherry had. There was Tyler Cherry talk, not in the way that, oh, he's going to go take the job. There was Tyler Cherry talk in the way of he's
like,
playing.
Oh, we got a QB too. Like,
yeah. It never got to that point. And negatively concerned about Josh Hoover's ability to run this offense.
I think something we've learned over the years is that Cignetti does not mince words. So if he is speaking very highly of you, it usually is a very, very good sign. He will tell you if we are ass, which he did say after the spring game.
And then last but not least, Brad, and this is going to lead us into the big topic of the show.
He also said that we're going to be very good in the fall. We're going to be he's like, we're not very good now, but we're going to be a good team in the fall. I promise.
We could run that we could literally run the unit that played in the spring game out there and win 10 games this year.
I think so too.
Which is the crazy thing. But let's talk about it, Brad. How concerned are you with the current recruiting landscape of this roster? Put a number on it first, and then I'll just let you open up. Because I'll preface this by saying I'm not concerned at all. This is another 0 for me.
Okay. Well, I am are you talking high school recruiting?
Yeah.
From a high school recruiting standpoint, I'm about at a 7. And the only reason why it's not higher, actually, I'm going to put it at an 8 because it is a low commit count for where they are comparatively to the rest of the Power 4. It's very low. It's very concerning. They should have, if everyone were to stay, around 20 to 25 spots. So they should be looking for a class of around 20 to 25 because they'll have guys still probably leave early, and they'll be able to fill those holes with the portal. The only reason why it's not higher is because that's something Cignetti's been able to do over the years is really hit on those portal guys to fill in any gaps they may have. So, like, at the end of the day, if they only were able to bring in a class of 10, they'll be able to backfill. They'll just bring in more seniors and honestly be better than they would have.
I know everybody's looking for all this like news and all these pops and this guy commits here and whatever. Like that, I until it becomes time to be extremely nervous, and that's around signing day in December, quote unquote signing day or whatever it used to be. No, I'm not nervous in the least bit that this staff won the national championship and then can't figure out how to recruit. Like, no, my guess would be it's probably the opposite, and they have to make some really tough decisions about who they really want to take and who they don't, because the one thing that we've heard repeatedly from the recruiting guys, and I didn't get to Wilt Fong this week, and I'm not even, did he drop anything about Indiana? I'm not even sure. But this is not like they are being selective, and there are a lot of people who like it. Obviously, I'll pat us on the back and say we were pretty early on it, but we're not the only people who are watching what's happening in Bloomington and being like, it'd be pretty cool to be a part of that as a football player. Like the actual kids who play football are watching the development happen in front of their eyes. 2 years taking them from the worst to the best, and they're listening to what the things that Montreux Sales was saying last week. And like, yeah, this is a program that a lot of kids want to come and play at. And so I know there hasn't been a ton of like popping, splashing momentum of this guy's committed or whatever. No, I'm not nervous about the fact that these dudes who were able to recruit to Indiana, they brought Byron Baldwin Jr. to this school before they had any success. Jalen Hollywood Bell to this school before they had any success. Landino, follow, you know what I mean? Like I am not worried in the least bit about these guys' ability to sell the vision. I understand why people might be, but I also think that people are nervous for the wrong reasons. I actually think that there is they have a finite amount of spots, and who do you ultimately choose to give it to when you have your pick of the litter? That is a much different decision than we found our guy, you know?
Yeah, I'm not afraid of their ability to sell the vision. I think they do that very, very well. What's concerning to me is the low commit count. Spin zone, go Lakers, by the way. Spin zone, it gives us more to talk about because I think we're in shape for a really, really strong summer on the recruiting front. I think we're in a great position for a lot of guys that have already been on campus. I think, and you said, like, they got to pick guys, right? Like, there was a recent commit to Notre Dame. His name is Aiden O'Neal. This guy made a few unofficials, a couple, more than two, to Indiana over the years. And they ended up not even making his top four because I think they moved on and brought other guys on campus before him that play a very similar position. I'm really excited to go kind of through that. He committed to Notre Dame. He's going to be a great player. 4-star recruit out of Don Bosco Prep. Like, really, like,
shout out to New Jersey football, baby.
Out over there in Jersey.
It's a Notre Dame feeder up there. If we can crack into that talent pool, that'd be awesome. We offered 2 kids from Tom's River today or the other day, and that
this class,
not the same area, but 27, I think. Yeah, 27, 28, one of those two. Yeah, they're twins.